Monday stream. It's gonna be a short one, I think, since it's late. But okay, goodbye, Andy. Thank you. Thanks for popping in. But yeah. Hey, thanks for the renewal. 7 months? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Appreciate it. We yeah, I think it's been a little while because I think Wednesdays and Fridays are hard for you, but we've come a long way here. So today, what I'm trying to do, today I'm trying to start maybe getting some of the aspects. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking for this first build, or like for playtesting, almost make it like its own game, kind of like a roguelike type thing, where essentially what happens is you walk through, you start at level 1. So like right now, my character you can see is, well, I'm level 5, I guess. Start at level 5, whatever. And then you walk up and you get stronger and stronger as you go. You unlock equipment as you go and unlock spells as you go. And make it a roguelike so there's no real saving. Right? Ah, very cool. That's awesome. Well, hopefully Allie did well there. So. But yeah, and I think if I do that, I'll get a lot of good data. Yeah, and I think it could be its own standalone game almost. So I'm thinking about releasing it as its own kind of standalone game as well, right? So. But yeah, so it's really coming along pretty well. I've kind of got the running down. I've got the tutorial. I think for some reason I'm thinking the tutorial didn't. Oh yeah, there we go. There was the tutorial. It just got overridden by another one, which is fine. Well, sweet. That's cool. Oh, nice. Well, glad they're doing that. I really liked when I do it. I don't have more maps yet. That's something I do want to do. I do have this cool shader that turns me blue. It was a test I was doing for... I have a new grid shader that I was working on. It'll disappear once the map starts. But, no, so I don't have more maps. I did change this one a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. I just added more kind of terrain and changed it up a little bit. And now, here's the new grid. This is what it looks like. So it follows the terrain now, which is pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, that's the main thing. I just need to pull my weapon strength down. You can see she does a lot of damage. Ooh. Yeah, I think it looks a whole lot better. And then the cool thing is when I go to attack, they get highlighted in red when you can attack them, which is kind of cool. And then when you select them, they're highlighted white. I think I like that. I'm not exactly sure if I do yet. But I do think I like it. But no, it's coming along. And so, like, they start out pretty weak. You can kind of take them out. Yeah. And there's a glitch where the camera stays in grid tracking mode. You recover half your health. And you get experience now. I implemented an experience system. So this bar down at the bottom here, this yellow one, that's experience. When it reaches 100, you get a level. So it's coming along. I'm adding a lot to this first playtest, but I think the reason I want to is because when people play this first playtest, right, I want it to be pretty I don't know, good. So I'll let her kill me real quick. Both. Yeah, experience will be for the playtest and the game. So, like, right now you just get 10 experience every time you hit someone. The experience system will be more complicated than that, right? But there will be experience. And it'll be probably based on something like that. Like, stringing together combos, I think, will make it give you more experience, right? Yeah, exactly. I want to kind of give the game a full try. And then I think this will also exist to sort of be almost like a demo or its own standalone thing. I may make it kind of like a marketing material basically for the game. I'll probably make it free. I thought about charging a couple bucks or something, but I'll probably make it free. And it'll be good marketing, right? If I tell people, hey, go download this game, it's free on Steam, that's pretty good marketing. So we shall see. So yeah, you can see now I'm tracking experience. I'm still level 5, but every time I hit someone, I get 10 experience. For now, it'll be something like that, and then I'll evolve it. But today, what I wanted to kind of work on, I think, was the weapons. Yeah, I thought it was good free marketing, and it'd probably be pretty addictive. Honestly, it's fun to play. And if you're starting with 0 and then you can kind of work through and gain weapons, I'm thinking every time you win, like I'm thinking there probably will be a currency system in this game because it'd be super easy to incorporate. Just add how much gold I have when I click on something, right? And I can make this the store, so like all I'd have to do is say, hey, if you bought it, let you click it. If not, don't, right? So I think that'd be pretty easy. And then yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. I think every time you win, depending on the weapon you have and the spells you cast and stuff, you would unlock new spells and new weapons and stuff. So there's a couple things I still need to do. One, I need to reincorporate. You can see I don't have the where this highlights blue anymore with what the changes are. It's because I changed the way I laid this out. It really would be pretty easy to go reincorporate. So that won't be too hard. And then what else was I gonna do? Sound. And then the magic and weapon system and leveling system, really. The leveling system right now is super basic. Yeah, exactly. I think you'll grow based on what you're using, so you can try different runs and build up different, basically, classes, right? And then you'll unlock titles and stuff as you go along too. So like you won't have access to all these. You'll probably unlock them as you go. And then yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. I do want to release this soon though as a playtest because I can probably get good data. But like as of right now, I have so many bugs that that there's still stuff to do. I think I will end up having like a progression tree for like the spells and stuff. I don't know exactly what that looks like yet. Either like a progression tree or at the end of your like round, right? Like whether you win or lose, or I guess probably only when you win. I haven't decided whether I make it like a full you lose and it's over type of thing, or like give you a chance to keep playing, and maybe I'll have like a continue button with like a number of lives or something. But yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'll have to think about that. But I think either like a tree where you can invest in the nodes, or have it like every time you win, like 3 spells pop up and you can pick one of those 3 spells to learn. One of those 2 things. And I'll probably only let you learn spells from the weapons you've used during that match, right? So that way you're not like learning dagger spells when you have no daggers, right? So yeah, I think it could be helpful. And I'm going to use the same engine basically. So like between this and my RPG game, they'll use the exact same engine. I'll probably keep the same code base between them, so they'll both access the same repo. Yeah, I think typical roguelike experience there. So they'll access the same repo, and basically any change or update I make to either one, they both will inherit that change, which would be really beneficial. So I think that's going to be good. I think I want to work on, okay, there's a couple things. I want to simplify. Now that I got this working, I want to simplify all of my things here first off. Like get everything down to just like the basics. Accessories are fine. I do need to simplify them a little bit. And then what I want to do, I started this node here for weapon generation. I think what I'm going to do is have it where it takes the base weapon, kind of like Diablo does, where it's like you get a title on your weapon, so it'll be like the Sword of Flames, right? And it'll increase your fire affinity, or the Sword of Strength, and it increases your strength, your attack. Or Sword of Dexterity increases the number of attacks, right? I want all of those things kind of spelled out here, and then it assigns a random value to it. So you get like stronger and stronger weapons, and then the weapon will have its own level. Very similar to Diablo, I think. Yeah, and then they'll all be based on the same like 8 weapon types. And I think that would make this really simple, but allow like the roguelike, it'll make a little more, it'll make it a little bit more like random, right? So that's what I think I'm gonna do here. And then did I show you the here? Let me enable this real quick. Did I show you the input API? Let me go to this. Start game. Let me enable my cinematics. I'm not sure if you've seen the full input API, but to have the full tutorial and everything with the input API. Not the full tutorial. I have the full free roam tutorial, at least until you get to the work art. All done. I need to add some more tutorial stuff, but I don't want to go too crazy with the tutorial. So I'm kind of debating whether some stuff's like obvious and people figure it out on their own, or if I need to like explicitly say things. So first off, I do have this, right? You can kind of go here. So you can set the controller config here, which I don't know if you've seen this yet. I think you probably have, but you can kind of go swap all the different things. If I wanted to, you know, one of these buttons, if I wanted this to be action and like something else to be swap weapons, right? Like a trigger to be swap weapons. Like I can do that, which is pretty cool. And then, and everything works pretty good here. You saw when I was implementing it. Okay. The other thing I can do, check this out. So, oh man, hold up, let me fix that. So here's the kind of intro. I also have, oh man, hold up, I started in the wrong spot. That's okay. I can also pause now, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty sweet. And if I'm kind of in the middle of something like this, it does pause the entire processing, which is pretty cool. So that's cool. Why did I not, hold up, I was supposed to start back over there and I didn't. Let's see. I just obviously didn't go to cinematic when I thought I would. Start game. If cinematic's enabled. No, pause actually, I think I'm gonna make a short on this. Pause is the easiest thing I've ever had to implement. So all pausing is in Godot, let me go to this right here. This is all the code to pause. It's that simple. Just get tree.pause. I'm gonna make a short on this because I think it's super simple. I don't know why everyone doesn't just know this. So all that does is it emits a signal to go open up my pause menu, which is this here. And then this is set to only process when it's paused. And so all of this code, when it's paused, will run. And to pause it, all I have to do is that one, just if I get a button, if I get the pause button, go ahead and pause. It's crazy how simple that is. So yeah, I'm gonna make a video on it. I think it should be pretty easy. Ooh. So yeah, pretty wild. All right. But okay, what was I doing? I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, I was gonna go reset my inputs here, but I was still getting an error. Let me see if I can figure out why I was getting that. So when this starts, cutscene animation start spin. So I don't have anything telling me what my position should be for my character, right? It should be this. Okay, so what I can do, I think, is this. Okay, so I think what I will do is let's do this. Play reset. I think that's all I was missing. Is that it? Cool. So none of the frames update as long as their processing is set to inherit. The only things that actually update is if like I set their like for example on this, I did add some code at the top whenever it's ready to say process mode is process mode always. But other than that, nothing else processes. So everything else just stops. So you can see these are the options. And so at the top, it's on pausable, right? So it's pausable, it gets paused. When it's paused, it doesn't run. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So I don't have you able to pause in menus, just for obvious reasons, I guess. But everything else you can pause in. And it's super simple. Let's see if this worked. Oh, what is going on? Okay, obviously I need to hide this and this. It mostly worked. Kind of. It's alright. So you can see the tutorial down there. Extra fog, yeah, and then I've got the tutorial kind of going on, so you'll essentially be going through this. And so the idea is you're kind of running around figuring out, and you see that over there? You kind of see a green light, and it gets less foggy as you go. So you start running over to the green light. And then I'll have it probably set where you can have, like, after you play it once, you just start over here by the war cart on your next run, so you don't have to go and go find this every time. But it gives you a quick chance to learn the controls. And then you got press A to interact with the war cart. Yeah, I like the green light. Yeah, there you go. And then so when I have an object, I can have it always have the little interact button. And it highlights the controls. So you see that? It's like press A. If I actually come in here and I go to free roam controls and I edit the layout and say, hey, instead, I want X to be action and A to be attack. Changes to X, which is pretty cool. I do like that. So it makes it nice, and then whatever controller you're using, it'll automatically update to look like that controller. So anyway, still a little buggy, but that's okay. We're coming around. All right, let me go set up. I think I'm gonna go simplify my assets here. Pull those up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think from what I can tell, like the Steam Input API is very underutilized. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, say, press the action key. You would go set up the action key in their menu. I don't know why it's so underutilized. I was watching a lot of videos on it though, and people like go crazy whenever people implement it. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just gonna delete these. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is 7 the right number? I got axe, dagger, halberd, rod, short sword, staff. Is that right? Yeah. Take those. And then I really need to pull attack down on these. So like I'll probably have like 0. The axe can be like 30. 5. 50 at the most. 5. 20. 10 maybe. Something like this. Dagger probably a little more. Maybe like that. Halberd I think is too high. Maybe like this. Something like that. And then number of attacks. I think I'm going to always keep unarmed at 10 because I think the only reason you'd ever use unarmed for the most part is for leveling. So like 10 attacks, you could earn a whole, like right now, I'm sure I will adjust the experience gain, but you could earn a whole level just by if you get a full combo with unarmed. Now, are you going to get a full combo with unarmed? Probably not, because that involves like 6 or 7 frame perfect inputs, but maybe. And I'm going to really pull these down. So I'm going to be like 2, 5 maybe. 2, maybe 3 there. Rod, 3, 4, something like this too. Really trying to just make these pretty weak. Cool. I think that does it. And then I think I'm gonna have her, like the bad guy, start with a random one of these every time, which would be pretty cool. So actually, let me take the UIDs. Let me just take this whole table. Okay, so there's that. And then what I want to do is I want to go first off, before I go do, okay, Okay, let's let that update here. Okay. Let me go to Ember. So, what I'll do is within the full heal, I'll say if, let's see here, if it's in groups enemies, I'll say assigned weapon 1 ID. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I wish I could show you on my screen. On the side over here, the blue is so blue. Avatil, that on my little, oh, a Vatsil, sorry. How's it going? On my readout here, I have a restream thing, and it is so saturated for some reason. They really messed up your color. Your color looks a lot better in Twitch. How's it going? Good to see you. Hope things are going well. Let me make a quick array of these IDs. Let's see. Weapon IDs, we'll say available weapon IDs equals, let's do an array here. Let's see, 20,000. Ah, this is easy. I'll just go like this. 20,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So then what I'll do is just have a random one of these. Let's see, did that work? Wow, so how many are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay. So then what I can do is I can say var ran ID equals rand I from 0 to 7. I think that's how that works. Oh shoot, why is rand, so rand I, rand range, I guess. Rand I range, there we go. From 0 to 6. And then I can just say assign weapon ID equals weapon IDs, available weapon IDs, ran ID. Okay, let's see. That should do it. That should update their ID to something random every time I full heal. The question, I guess then I could load stats. Will that load? I don't think that'll load the weapon. Let me see something really quick. I might have to trigger weapon reset. Let's see. Assigned weapon. I might have to do this as well. I need to go through this whole thing. Okay. I think that's it though. I really should go put this in a function. I will actually. All right, I will go take this here. That right there, and I'll have a new function that says load equipment. So I'm down here and load stats. My function load equipment. And let's see. Oh, I missed one. I missed pulling the directory in, which is right here. All right. Cool. I think that should work. And then what I can do is I can load equipment after this. So on full heal, load equipment. Don't really need to load stats because they load stats pretty fast. Okay, that should load a random weapon now every time they full heal, which is nice. Okay, let's let's test that out. Yeah, and then I'll re-import the weapons, keep them simple, which would be good. And then I'll start building my weapon generation function. I really think I'm going to try to make it quite a bit like Diablo 2's though. I like that weapon function. It always felt like you were getting something good, right? Oh, I need to fix that. It's all right. Wild. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there. It's like I think it's because it's like playing replay, or not replay. It's playing reset. But it's it's kind of weird. And when it does it, my camera is way higher than it should be. So a couple little glitches there, which is fine. I really just need to turn off cinematics, which is fine too. All right, let's see. So. Let me just go to something I can beat her really quickly with. That. I haven't refreshed my weapons yet, so that's why those old ones are still popping up. Oh, I also need to make sure I'm hiding those menus, which shouldn't be too bad. Okay. See, what I want to do, I think, is I mean, either one of us dies, it's fine. We should reset her weapons. Oh yeah. So now I should be able to go over to her and see. She should have gotten a new weapon. Let's find out. She did not get a new weapon. But there's technically a 1 in 7 chance that she won't. So let's kill her again and see what happens. I think one thing to note is it's already programmed that she actually gains a level every time she dies. So so she's gonna be a little bit stronger this time, but she still shouldn't be too bad. It should be like a 2-hit kill type thing. She is dealing a lot more damage. She might kill me actually. Oh, she's got a halberd. That's weird. She's fighting as if she has a halberd, but she has an axe. Yeah, this is just me. This is a solo project. Yeah, I've been working on this for something like 8 or 9 months. Yeah. That legend of that how's it going, by the way? The hero, that blue box, 100% inspired by Legend of Dragoon. Oh, I think I broke here. There we go. Yeah. So. Yep, she might kill me. But yeah, it looks like she's fighting as if she has a halberd, but she definitely has an axe. I need to. It's possible that I'm not updating the graphics. Oops. But I can see it right. But yeah, I've been working on this for about 9 months or so. This is just me. It's a solo project. It is coming along pretty well. I really like where it's at. What you're looking at is going to be a kind of a play test. So this is going to end up being, I have a Steam page here. I'll share that. It's going to end up being on Steam as a playtest, and I may end up putting it on Steam as a demo. I haven't decided yet, or it may get its own Steam page, because I like the concept of this being something like a roguelike type thing where you come through. Yeah, so now she's fighting as if she has a sword. So, yeah, I think, I mean, I could go check what she has, actually. If we go here. I do think she's updating her weapon. I just think it's not, I need to reload in the node. So yeah, she has 2004 right now. Which is, if we go back to our table here, let's see what 2004 is. 2004 might be the, oh, it's a dagger. No, that's not right. It's the rod. So she's fighting as if she has a rod, which a lot of them have the same animations right now. Okay, that's good to know. So I just need to load in the visuals. Essentially, this, if I go to her right hand, the equipped weapon here is still an axe, but she has the stats of a rod. Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty easy. All I have to do is, I actually have a function for this already. Let's see, let's stop this. in the right hand, I have this function that's no wait or load. What is it? Load weapon. That's all I got to do. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, well, I appreciate it. Man, I love tactical RPGs, so. No, I'm glad you found the stream and you're hanging out. So, no, Godot's pretty good. Thanks, appreciate it. I really like Godot. I think I really like object-oriented coding. So you can see a lot of this I'm really trying to make very modular, right? Like all of my attack stuff's in this attack node. And I can literally take this attack node and go drop it on anything, and it gets the ability to attack. I really like that. I like being able to keep things modular and stuff. But no, best of luck. What are you trying to develop? Also, by the way, we do have a Discord where we've got a lot of really good. Oh, actually, ignore that link. We have a lot of really good developers in there. I am not a software developer, but I can script around some stuff. And honestly, Godot makes it very user-friendly, which is really nice. But there are some really good software developers in there who always have some good feedback as well. But yeah, let me share. Actually, I'll share it across right here. So feel free to join that as well, though. Always interested in seeing what people are working on. But no, I appreciate it. I really like the directions it's going. It's starting to get fun now. When I was doing it for a long time, the game really wasn't that fun, but I mean, it didn't really have a lot of mechanics, right? So it was still in work. I think that's kind of hard to get past when you're developing a new game is, when does it get fun, right? So, but no, I think it's coming along. Okay, so I think here then, after I load weapon, oh, nice. Feedback, complaints. Yeah. Now, Lunatic's got it. Lunatic's the #1. He's actually our quality assurance. Lunatic is over on the YouTube side. He makes sure we're not doing anything too stupid, like missing wood. This is an old function, Lunatic. I'm just making modifications. As I fix it, I'll do this. Cool. An OG Castlevania clone? That's nice. That's cool. Are you talking like Castlevania 1? So, one of my favorite games of all time is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I actually have it on my phone. So Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Final Fantasy Tactics. Those are like my two. I played them so much as a kid, and they still play well today. I actually considered like, could I add some Metroidvania type stuff to this game, but it was starting to get a little scope creepy, so I stopped that. But yeah, I think here I need to, let's see. So I need to call this script. I guess this will always be your right hand. So I'm just gonna do this. Kingdom 2 Crowns. I've never heard of Kingdom's 2 Crowns, but yeah, I'll check it out. Not quite the Metroidvania of Symphony of the Night. I gotcha. I really like Symphony of the Night. Soundtrack, so good. What's Kingdom 2 Crowns? I'm gonna look it up. You have some good games. Hey, since you mentioned Dwarf Fortress, I see Dwarf Fortress everywhere. Okay. The gameplay on that reminds me of, what was it called? Knights and Zombies? Is that what it's called? What was it called? Knights and Zombies? No, not Knights versus Zombies. What was that called? Yeah, no, I get you. Zero. It's hard. Scope creep is a real thing, and you want to go update everything all the time. What I'm thinking of is a Super Nintendo game, and it had knights in it. Hold up. It looked... Was it this? No. It was... I remember being super hard. It was like... I feel like I never got past like level 1. And I remember there being zombies, I think. Ghouls and Ghosts. That's what it was. Yeah, you remember that game? It was yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts. Let's see. Yes, this game was so hard. Yeah, it was. I felt like it was like impossible. I don't feel like I ever got further than like level 1 in it. That's what that game reminds me of. Yeah, it's so hard. Let's see. So I just need to call down. I mean, I think in this case, this is okay. I don't prefer just making down calls, but that's always going to be right hand. Actually, no, yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's just define it. Well, I don't want to define it for all my characters. I'm going to leave it, I think. Ogre battle. Oh, yeah. Ogre, was it ogre battle? Tactics ogre is what I'm thinking. So ogre battle, yeah. So tactics ogre was on the thing. Whoa! Hey, Avatzel, appreciate the gift sub, the gifted, 5 gifted. Well, really appreciate that. Thanks a ton. Congrats to all those who received a gift sub. Thanks so much. Ooh, I'm on a hype train. Hey, you triggered, Avatzel, you triggered my very first hype train, so thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So, anyway, thanks again. Different than Tactics Ogre? Let me look at it's Ogre Battle. Okay. And I gotcha. So it was on PlayStation 1. I'll have to look it up. It looks like Tactics Arena Online, if you've ever seen that. I played a lot of that as a kid too. So very cool. Well, awesome. We got our first hype train tonight. That's exciting. It's a good night. Hey, thanks, Found in Suburbia, for the 5 bits. Contributing to the hype train. Appreciate that. Okay, so I need to load weapons. I think that should do it. Let's trigger that and test that out. But yeah, I pulled a lot of inspiration in this game from Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, Indy, we had Avatzel gifted 5 subs. We got a little bit of hype train. So you're missing out on the party over in stream, but but yeah. So I did pull a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy Tactics and from Legends of Dragoon. Which, funny story. So Legends of Dragoon. Sorry for the glitchiness here. Legends of Dragoon. I was playing later, Indy. I was playing, and then one of my best friends, or my best friend at the time, right? He had stayed overnight, and he started playing Legend of Dragoon, which, if you didn't know, if you've never played like those sorts of games to the year 2000, whatever it was, 1997, probably like closer to 2000, 2001. Legend of Dragoon came on 4 discs. It was a super long game, right? I was on disc 4, almost done with it. I had a great party. I was so close to the end, and my friend woke me up and he says, "Hey, I saved over your game." We had memory cards, right? And so I go and look at it, and sure enough, he saved over my game. I lost all of that progress. I had no backup saves, and I gave up. I've never beaten Legend of Dragoon to this day. You beat it when it was new, nice. I never have. I've never beaten it. I got to disc 4. I was almost done. I may have been like at the final boss. So he's still my friend today, but it was close. It was really close. And then it's funny, his brother had come over one time, and I don't know if everybody ever played Ultima Online. It was a game back in the day. Great MMO. Loved it. Played a lot. That's actually how I learned how to code, was doing Ultima Online scripting. And you get these rewards every year. You'd get these anniversary rewards, basically for playing, right? For getting further or whatever. And these rewards, like, I had like 10 of them saved up. Like, I'd played a long time, so I had like 10 of them saved up. His little brother had come over. I said, "Yeah, you can play my game, just don't claim the rewards." He got in there and he claimed every single reward. So, and he claimed with all like level 1 stuff. So it wasn't like you could get like the newer stuff, whatever. So I couldn't like sell them or anything. Anyway, I have some trauma from like one-off things, and now I hoard everything. I have a lot of hoarding tendencies now, and I fully think a lot of that is from, ooh, didn't like this. I think a lot of that is from from that. Yeah, and I actually have the Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lion versions on my phone too. It's so good. I try to replay it like once a year. And if you haven't played it, there is a Final Fantasy Tactics version called, is it Quest of the 5? Hold up. Let me look this up. Yeah, it's for my friends or my friends' kids. Journey of the 5. It's called Journey of the 5. This is so good. Right here. So if you've never played Final Fantasy, if you've never played Final Fantasy Tactics, try this out. It's fun. But you've got Ramza, you have Cloud from Final Fantasy, you have Link, you have well, Thoughts will really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh yeah. It is hard, right, to stick to the side projects. I have a full-time job as well, and I know it's tough. But yeah, have a good night, and it's great seeing you again. Thank you for the 5 gifted and the first hype train I've ever had. Really appreciate that. Actually, it just ended, so enjoy the emotes. Hopefully y'all got good ones. Let's see, we got this one here. So yeah, appreciate it, everybody. Yeah, Solid Snake and Link and Dante. So this is super cool. If you haven't played this, they all have unique abilities, and all their abilities are like corresponding to their game. So it's pretty sweet. It's a little bit behind, right? Like if you go look, I haven't looked at it in a while, but I don't think it's been touched since like 2023 is the last time it's being talked about here. It's been in work for a long time. Last time I checked, which was like last year, that is a good one. I like that emote. They're on 1.96b. Anyway, it's not finished, and they've been working on it for like a decade, so I don't have like high hopes for them to actually finish it, but they have at least the first act done, and it's coming along, so you know, we'll see if they can finish it up, but it's pretty good. He was very underwhelming. I agree. Cloud was extreme. He is a lot better. In Journey of the 5, he's a lot better. But yeah, he was very underwhelming in Final Fantasy Tactics. It was more like Final Fantasy 7 was such a hype back then. Everyone was all obsessed with it. So trying to tie it back to the mainline games. So weapon selection, primary, and backup. Vandal Hearts. Gotta add that one to the list too. I've never heard of Vandal Hearts. It looks good though. I do like like tactics games a lot. All right, it's on the list. I need to try these things out. Okay, so it's wanting weapon selection, primary, and backup. How does it use it? Okay, so one. I see. So it's just loading the weapon. So I'll just do one true false is what it should be. That's easy enough. So 1 true false. Basically what it's saying is, hey, what do you have equipped? And then what are you loading, I guess? And then do you have which weapon do you have equipped? This isn't the best way to do it. I need to go modify that function to make that a little bit more intuitive. But it's fine for now. That function should say something like, what weapon are you loading? And what do you have equipped, right? You could probably make that an enumeration. I have not played the Final Fantasy VII Remake yet. I have heard really good things about it, and I do think I would really like it. But yeah, I have not played it yet. I love Final Fantasy VII, but oh, I gotta fix this. I'm not sure why she's floating out there. She ends up falling into place. Maybe she's falling. I'm kind of thinking maybe I set her Y. Maybe she's falling that whole time. It's hard to tell with the fog. I'll check. That might be pretty easy. It does mess up the camera when it does that, though. Yeah, it's close. I think they've released 2, and the 3rd is at least on its way. So that's pretty close. All right, let me see if I can get her to load her weapons. Let me pick something really strong. I'll just pick this. What's my current? Anyway, the Iron Axe I think is my strongest weapon for what it is. Oh, you didn't like it? You didn't like the remake? Yeah, well, knowing your graphic preferences, I can see that, right? They probably went from very PlayStation graphics, right, to a lot more modern. It's a very different kind of game. So I get it. I get it. There's times I definitely prefer older things too. Like I haven't played past Final Fantasy X. I have Final Fantasy X too, but I haven't played past Final Fantasy X. But yeah, I need to try that. Let's see. Okay, so it did load it, I think. Let's see. I'll go run up over here and see if. Ah, shoot. Okay, that's okay. I was gonna try to run around the hitbox, but it's all right. What didn't you like about it, Lunatic? Was it mainly the graphics, or was there their stuff that you like really just didn't like. Uh-oh. Some glitchiness on the edge of that. I just updated this map to have a little more like dynamic terrain, but my code hasn't caught up yet. 13 was hot garbage. That's what I hear. I hear it's like, I hear 12 is pretty decent. Yeah, I gotcha. So if they had called it just like Final Fantasy, whatever, Midgard or whatever, it would have been fine. That makes sense. It's definitely. Did she load back in the axe? Let me check. I mean, those were axe animations. Let's see what she has here. Ember, which I mean, there's a 1 in 7 chance she loads back in the axe. So 2001, which is the axe. Okay, I think she loaded back in the axe. There is a 1 in 7 chance she loads back in the axe. Let's try it again. See what happens. Oh man, my axe is glitched as well. It doesn't let me do that very well. Okay, I'm gonna run around the hitbox this time and go look at her. Ah, this is so buggy. Sorry about the screen hopping. Okay, she looks like she's unarmed now. All right, let's see if she's unarmed. I mean, I think that's good. Yeah, she's unarmed. Okay, that worked. Yeah, she does like the axe. She likes the axe a lot, but yeah, she is unarmed now. Oops. So, that's good. Yeah, I need to, there's so many glitches that I really need to fix before I release the playtest here. All right. You have one big auto battle button? Oh man, really? I gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I've heard some bad things about 13. I think 12, I've just heard they have really good dialogue. Yeah, so you can see she's just punching now. Cool, that worked pretty well, and she's doing a lot less damage, which is nice. So yeah, there'll be some randomness to it, which I think will be fun. I gotta fix that too. The axe is actually glitched here. It is for that. The only problem, like, if there are a bunch of known glitches, it's really hard to go release the playtest. I kind of like the unarmed animations though; they look cool. But it's hard to release the playtest knowing like there are a bunch of bugs because, like, some people. I mean, like, I think I just have to be careful about who playtests it. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I knew 12 was it Eisen? It's not Isengard. It's in Ivalice, which is really cool. It'll be cool going back to Ivalice. Cool, and now she has the staff. Sweet. I think that works. Okay. So that's fixed. Now she at least changes her weapon every time, which is pretty cool. All right. So next, I need to go, let me load in my weapons. So the way this weapon system works, if you haven't seen it, you saw me modifying things in the spreadsheet. And then what I can do is I can just come in here, I delete everything. And then I actually have a script that goes and pulls things from that spreadsheet. So then I have this import script here. And I can import them. There you go. Now they're back. So pretty simple. Hey, thanks for the raid, Orbum. Hope things are going well. How was your stream? Did you develop more good things in WordPress? Orbum is here. I'll give a quick shout out. Your boss shooting you. Nice. Very nice. Very cool, Indy. Here's a shout out to Orbum if that works. Check him out. He's a great guy. He's working on a WordPress game engine in the same world as his book series, which Found in Suburbia and I are currently waiting, I think, on the next installments. Found in Suburbia, I think, is waiting on the 3rd book. I'm waiting on the audiobook for number 2, which I think is coming out soon, is what I've been told. So check it out. I've got the Chronicles of Orbum thing here. So, anyway, all right. So those are imported now. I'm going to keep those simple. And then I'm going to start working on essentially building on top of them. What I need to do is I need to, for each of these, when you get a new weapon, I basically want to clone this and then modify stats and then modify the name based on those stats. How's it going, War Master? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Hope things are going well for you. That should declutter my menus quite a bit, keep in like one thing for each. And then I need to, okay, the first thing I might do is create like a currency system. So for those that don't know, my name's Cody. I'm working on a game called Chronicles of Virtue. It is a tactical RPG. Right now I'm working on a playtest version, which probably will turn into a demo that's going to kind of function like a roguelike game. And so essentially what happens here is you start off and you, let me fix this. It's very buggy right now. I apologize. Just fixing some things. But essentially you start off and you go through. You're going to fight. There's a leveling system. You're going to kind of get familiar with the controls in the battle system. And so this is kind of a quick tutorial. So you'll get familiar with the controls battle system. And then there will be a progression system for your weapons. Each weapon in this game has its own set of spells. So for example, if I choose the short sword here, right, this is the magic that's available to the short sword. However, if I choose the rod, right, and we switch to the rod here, this is the magic available. Much more black magic type. So essentially what happens is you're going to progress through. Depending on how you play, you'll unlock new weapons and new spells that you'll be able to use during battle. And then the nice thing is I'll get data back to be able to improve this game, because really the goal here is that my RPG version is top notch and I'm able to flush out all the bugs, which is essentially using the demo / potentially its own title for playtesting. And then you'll be leveling up and fighting this girl. I'll probably end up adding more enemies, right? So that I gotta figure out how to randomize that. Thanks for the follow, War Master. So still a lot of work, honestly. I'll probably release this playtest to those in my Discord. Yes, so you can absolutely playtest it. If let's see, here's my Discord link. If you want to playtest it, join my Discord. That's gonna be the way to do it. I won't release the initial playtest, I don't think, to everybody, just because there's gonna be a lot of bugs, right? So you're not gonna want to play it. I imagine the first version of playtest won't be too much fun because you'll probably be fighting bugs, but I do want to release that pretty soon. So this is what it looks like. This is kind of what the fighting system looks like. If you're familiar with Legends of Dragoon, right? It's very similar to that kind of gameplay mixed with a tactical RPG. So that's kind of what that looks like. Yeah, this feels much more balanced. So essentially you position your character very tactically. There are going to be a lot of spells. So in this case, if I want to cast Explosion Mark, for example, I can do so. And yeah, I do want to worry. The only reason I want to worry about bugs a little bit is because I don't want people to play it and like discount it. Being a solo developer, I think a lot of times you get one shot, right? I don't want to end up in a position where that shot is spent. And sorry, this is a bug. Basically what's going on is it's still her turn. But obviously I'm not in battle anymore. So yeah. Anyway, we'll work on that. Lots of bugs here. Okay, so I've simplified this. You should know, not a semicolon, you need a tilde. Yes, the tilde. So yeah, tilde would have let me know you were joking. All right. So I think what I'm going to do now is for those first weapons, I think I'm going to go ahead and create a currency system. Yeah, I want you to have more party members. So if you remember, I did have 5 on screen, so they're there. Like I have them. All I have to do is pull them in Like, it would be really as simple as taking my characters over here, which I think are in characters. That would make sense. All I have to do really is take these people and drop them in. Like, they're ready to go. It probably makes sense to have multiple people in your party. But I gotta think about it. I went down to one just for simplicity as I was doing some coding stuff. But yeah, it probably makes sense. I probably will. I gotta think about how I want to manage that though. All right, so for the currency system, I need to manage how much money I have. I guess I would do that in inventory. I think that makes sense. So let me go ahead and add a reference to the inventory system here. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you could have a new party member. That is really interesting. Yeah, for the roguelike version of this, essentially when you win, one of your options is a new party member. I do like that a lot. Yeah, that could be really cool. Okay, I'm in. That's what we'll do. And maybe like every 10 levels or something, right? Like not often. And I think I will also have the enemy add party members, but they might just be Ember clones, maybe with a different color palette or something. So I'll probably create more characters. I mean, I need a lot more characters for my other game anyway. So I'm guessing as I code those in, I can be adding them to the demo. If it's free, right? If I end up making the roguelike free, then I think it'd be no problem just updating it often, right? Like new characters. Hey, there are new characters out here. Just as I'm working on my other game. So they're going to share a code base and everything, so it should be pretty straightforward. But yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, I would love it, Lunatic. That would be super helpful. I'm really curious, and I think one thing that I'm gonna have to do is, because I have to like characterize, hey, what can it run on, right? The only problem is you have a Mac, right? So Orbum was gonna help me do a build on a Mac. Might reach out to you too. I'm sure you could also help me. Do you have a Mac? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, you do have a Mac, because you're developing Diablo 2 on a Mac, basically. So yeah, I'll reach out. I could really use the help. I have no idea what I'm doing there. So first thing, let's export. I need to, you know, one thing I think I could do is I could feed all these to like ChatGPT and say, hey, put them in alphabetical order. I think that would be really helpful. Nice. Understood, yeah. My computer is a low-end test. I've got like an RX 580 graphics card in this thing. I'll be upgrading soon, I think. But yeah. Godot does. I can't. The only way to do a Mac build is to have a Mac though. So I can't like export to a Mac. I can do a Linux build. I can do a PC build, obviously. I can even do a mobile build, but I can't export to an Apple product unless I'm on an Apple product, which is a little bit unfortunate. And the only Apple products I own are phones and tablets. So I may end up investing, like depending on how this goes, right? I may end up investing in a Mac. It's funny. So like Thor, if you know Thor from Pirate Software, he talks about this, and he says that like 0.3% of his sales are Apple or Mac, so he just doesn't do Mac anymore. Oh, GitHub has Mac runners. Okay, so yeah, I could probably do something like that. But yeah, I think it's an Apple thing. I think Apple just you have to build on Apple hardware to develop for Apple. Okay, so I need currency. Maybe I guess I can say that currency. That's fine. Equals 0. So you're gonna start off. The nice thing about this being a roguelike, like in the thing, is I don't have to save it anywhere, right? So everything can start at 0. Maybe I'd actually probably start you at like 200. I think the weapons are gonna be like 100 each. Yeah. So one thing I'll have to add is I can add weapon stats here. I'll add price. Yeah, I have never played any of his games, so I don't actually know. I know he has like Heartbound. Yeah, I don't know what all he makes it beyond that. But yeah, something like I know there are more Mac gamers, and I think he has a very large international audience. I don't know. It sounds like 99.7% of his audience is Linux and PC though. But at least from his weapons. The Champions of Breakfast. Was that one of his games? Let's see. Okay. Very cool. I've never played Champions of Breakfast though. But I mean, his games look cool. He's entertaining, that's for sure. Okay, so I just need price in here. One thing I have to do, I'll have to update this. I think I'm gonna make all of these 100 though. Actually, let's just update it in the spreadsheet so I'm not having to do it here. This is pretty easy. All I have to do here is add, I can add at the beginning. Just add price here. Sorry for the non-dark mode Excel. That's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, that is a good point. I really have considered getting a Mac. I mean, I like my phone and everything, right? It would be nice having everything tied together. I'm just so used to the PC environment. It would just be some learning. But I mean, they're becoming more common. A lot of people at work are getting Macs now. It's probably fine. Okay, that was all imported okay, which is nice. Good deal. Excel does support dark mode. They've got my Windows. If you see my Windows thing in the background, it's kind of a dark mode. But I need to set up my Microsoft 365 to use my operating system's mode. For some reason, it's not. But I probably just haven't set that up right. It's fine. I rarely use it at night, which I feel like is when I really need dark mode. And at work, I use it in light mode. So it's just, I'm used to that. Yeah, that is nice. I agree. That's one thing about Macs. I think they work every time. And most of the time, like, you're fiddling around with PC stuff. I get it. I agree. It's a challenge. Okay, so now I have currency implemented there. Basically, what I want to do is I need a tag on. I guess I could do it here on these stat sheets. Okay. Well, so basically, I would add. I could do it at the top. Weapon name UID. Export variable purchased or owned, maybe. There'll be a boolean. So they're all gonna be blank, but whenever you purchase them, it'll mark that they're owned, which isn't bad. I do need to dynamically create these, but I think that'll be pretty easy. Nice. That is cool. And the nice thing about Macs too, I think, is like they tag up seamlessly with your phone. Everybody's goes together. Having Messenger on my computer would be huge. I am so bad about responding to text. Actually, I have, let me tell you how many. I have 210 unread messages on my phone. 0 emails. Well, 0 work emails. My my Gmail account is another story, but big part is I just can't access Messenger on my computer. If I could access Messenger on my computer, I would have 0 unread messages. But you know, that's hard to do. So I'm super jealous of Mac's ability to have Messenger there. So now I have a system that'll tell me whether I own a weapon or not, and they're all marked false. So now what I need to do is within my equipment menu here, I need to add a little indicator on the weapons here for when you own something, which I guess I could just make it like a just a quick little check mark or something. Yeah, I do like that. That's sweet. I mean, that works for my Google Calendar, right? I have Google Calendar. I plug in my phone. It says, hey, it takes 20 minutes to get to this place you're going to. So, yeah, my iPhone does that with Google. But I get it. It would be nice if it all correlated back. It definitely... The one thing Apple's done really well, I think, is just full integration. Like, you're in an environment, right? Windows is trying. I did hear recently Windows created some sort of Android integration where you can open up File Explorer, and as long as your phone is within range, you can actually go into the phone's files just like it was plugged in. So I do think Windows is getting there. That's kind of cool. I don't own an Android, so I can't take advantage of it, but it is cool. Okay, first thing I need is just an indicator of whether I own something or not. So what does that look like? If I have, let's see, equipment selector. So this looks like this item list. I already have icons on there. I guess I could make, if I don't own something, I could give it a different style, maybe. I'm already cycling through everything here. Let's see. I could do that. I could give it a different style. I could just, I kind of want to just add an icon to the right of it, but I think that's gonna be hard to do with the way I have this planned out. I could change, hold up, I could change the icon next to it. Let me check. But Windows Copilot, you're right. Windows Copilot is the nail in the coffin a little bit. I'm definitely not, just for awareness, I am 100% not arguing that that Windows is better in any way. So, no worries. I don't think that's true. Okay. So, let me find this code here. Hey, you see all these enums? Lunatic? You know, it's not perfect code, but I thought I'd share these enums, which are nice. They still have a lot of if statements in there, but yeah, I think that's the way to go. I think the problem, right, the argument against that is that you have to do that. I think if you shouldn't have to go modify the default settings to make it usable. I gotcha. Yeah, understood. That, and then they have the new, what is it called? Recall system they're putting in? I do have a lot of code in there. Yeah, understood. And this is in my process, right? Which I know you would not like. I know I need to go break that out into functions. I've got notes. I've got notes of things I need to do. Macs do have Siri built in, though. That's true. I feel like Siri, though, at least on my phone, isn't that annoying. Like, you have to ask for Siri. Like, when I type in something... Oh, yeah, you're talking about recall? Yeah. And I don't know that it's fully implemented, the recall function thing. Like, I don't know if it's live everywhere yet. But yeah, basically, it's recording you all the time. But yeah, I don't think it's live anywhere yet. I think they got the message. So here... Okay, so disable options. I say for index and current inventory. Load the item sheets. This should be... Wow, this is so bad. This should be an enum as well. Let me mark this. It's not necessarily a bug, but I do want to fix it, so... let's see. All right, so what I should do here then is I load the item sheet. I should make that disabled, and then I should have an elif item sheet dot owned. If not owned, let's make it. Let's see what I want to do here. I think what I want to do is create a new theme. Option equals 5. No, it's not like accessory. No, yeah, I get it. I was moving fast, Lunatic. We were trying to get things done. We don't have time to come up with variable names. Let's see. You just gotta remember them. If you can't remember that 5 is accessories, then are you even a programmer? Let's see. So I can probably do theme overrides, colors. Let me add a couple things to this list real quick. Just to test it out. Test 1. All right, so there. This is what this looks like. Test 1. So then let me see if I change. Oh, this is a problem. I can't change single rows. All right, man. Oh, yeah. Understood. Yeah, y'all's time change there is wild. But hey, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. You're not anymore? Well, very good. I gotta think about how to do this. So I can't, the problem is I can't change the theme on a single row. I really need to add icons, but I think I already add icons. Let me look at that. I don't actually know if, I think I do have icons, and I can probably make the icons like with and without a background maybe to indicate whether you've bought it or not. I mean, that's not a great way to do it, but it's not terrible. I do have versions like with and without backgrounds, and I know where they are, and they're easy to reference. Uh-oh. So yeah, maybe that wouldn't be too bad. Basically just say, hey, if it's not owned, go use the background version. What I don't like is I don't want to disable it because you got to be able to buy it unless I have a separate store. But I think the work art is the place for the store, right? Especially in like a roguelike type game. At least for this playtest demo slash type thing. All right. I gotta fix this thing so bad. I think I'm falling. So I think what's happening there is I'm spawning really high. That's okay. We'll come back to that. Let me just check this real quick. It'd be on reset. Nope. I'm not really sure then. Pretty strange. All right, so let me go check what this looks like and see if we can figure out how to differentiate the things you own versus the things you don't. All right. So obviously the ones that are disabled are things that are currently equipped. I could replace these. Okay, let's see what this looks like. See these icons here? I could replace the ones you own with these versions. See these versions with the background on? I don't know if that's enough. Right? I wonder if I can change text colors of single options. Let's look. Let's see what's available to me here. Equipment viewer, equipment selector. All right. So, yeah, I don't have a lot, unfortunately, of options, I think, within here. So I have selectable, disabled. I can't change the icon. I think that may be my only option here. Okay. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just in the text put like the cost, right? Like if I put 100 right here. Let's see. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Let's look at it. Or I could do like purchase. We're gonna throw a couple options on here. All right, let's go look at these real quick. And then a couple other things here. Let's go ahead and throw some of this stuff in here. So for the rod here, it'll look like this. Oh, it won't let me load it? That's weird. Okay. Okay, it's not gonna let me do it at runtime. That's okay. All right. So this is what this looks like if I have like, oh, that's silly. It's okay. So if it has like purchase 100, I think that might work, right? So if you don't own it, it'll say purchase 100. That might be enough, actually. You kind of get the sense that, hey, yeah, I don't own that right now. That's not bad. Okay, so what I would do then is I would say, for this, if it's not owned, and maybe I also change the background color on it. So I have, where are my pictures at? Icon, background, and icon. Okay, so if I don't own it, it would have the background. Let's see here. First off, let me grab the function for changing the name of an item. This should be pretty easy. Open documentation. Is there set name? Set item icon. Oh, set icon modulate. Okay. That's not bad. I could do that. Okay, hold up. There are things in here. Custom background color, foreground color. Set item text. Okay. Okay, there are things I can do in here though. I could just modulate the icon to red or something. But first, let's do set item text. Set item text index, comma, and I would do get item text index. So I need a string. String. Hey, Winterfresh. Heyo. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're hanging out. We're working on a tactical RPG, but we're working on a roguelike to do some playtesting on it, so we can start releasing a build. This game is called Chronicles of Virtue, not Chronicles of Boredom. He is gone now. We can stop pretending. Hope things are going well. Okay. And then what I need to do here is I need to say item sheet dot price, comma, like this. Yeah, I think that works. And then I'm going to set, oh, am I missing one? Okay, and I'm going to set item icon modulate index. Very nice, very nice. What's your roguelike game idea here? So mine is basically, because I'm building an RPG, I have an engine to do some fighting, and so you're going to kind of go through and progress and be able to buy equipment and develop or learn new spells and things. And I'm going to get some really good data on improving my battle system. That's the goal. The end goal of this is that my battle system is fun, or more fun. So, all right, I think that works. Let's try that. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, yeah, none of them will show up as owned because they're all marked unowned, so that should work. It's on the back burner, finishing an artsy project. What's your art project? Understood. It's, yeah, I think starting a game's a big commitment for sure. So I get it. I had to finish so many projects before I finally decided to kick it off here. Oops. This is a weird thing. I think my character's falling. I'm not really sure. I need to debug that. I think it's prior to entering my cinematic scene, like my cinematic state. It's kind of weird. But this is kind of the intro to the thing. Then you come over here, you find this war cart here, where you can kind of set your equipment and stuff. So I'm testing out the testing this out here. Okay. Oh, it broke. Okay, so it didn't like this. What didn't it like? What? Get item text. Cannot convert argument 1 from string to index. Interesting. Remastering level from Ratchet and Clank. Oh, yeah. No. I knew that. I've been in your stream and I've seen it, and it's ridiculous. Holy crap. Yeah, I didn't realize that's who you were. Very nice. No, yeah, Winter Fresh. That looks, it's insane. If anyone hasn't seen it, shout out to Winter Fresh. If I'm like 100% positive now that that's it. Let me see this. Yes. It looks ridiculous. If you haven't been in Winter Fresh's stream and seen his level, it's, for lack of a better word, unreal. It's absolutely crazy. It looks so good. Anyway, sorry, big fan. Starstruck now. No, very cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see more progress on it. So, I mean, when I saw it like a little bit ago, it was pretty far along. How much left you got left on that? What does it want here? It does want index. Ah, yeah. No, I get it. It's crazy. I get it. Life gets real wild. I've definitely had stints where it's hard to stream. Good. I'm looking forward to it. I definitely want to see it. I just realized it's coming through as a string and not an int. Oh, okay. So my index here is not my items index. Uh-oh. So get index in current inventory. Okay, so it actually returns all of the resources that are in my inventory. Okay. Okay, I think those are in order though. So maybe that's okay. I say like inventory index plus equals 1. I think that's it. Oh, I can just use I. Look at that. Yeah, that's easy. Okay. So you got you get the point. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Nice. So foliage decals, touch up. Very nice. No, it looks ridiculous. It's pretty cool. Now I wish I was halfway capable of something like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So congratulations. Excited to see the final product. This also needs to be I here. I'm also gonna go ahead and turn off the cinematics. Yeah, man, that's exciting. I'm super excited to see it. So what are the I don't think I talked to you much about this. So after you finish that, you're gonna start developing a game. Is your plan to use make like a game of a similar style, or is it different? Hey, I mean, you're probably like 90% there. It's all logic, right? So all good. I wish I knew how to code. Maybe no. Godot I think is very user friendly. I think it's fine, but I'm definitely no software developer. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to turn off cinematics. All I have to do here is this. Actually, let me make that an export. Very good. Oh, it needs to be lowercase. There you go. It would be so cool, I think, to play Ratchet and Clank in that art style. But, yeah. Very cool. So dungeon crawler deck builder. I like deck builders. That's sweet. Yeah, for sure. No, understood. That's pretty cool. Where? Oh, I'm back at the start. Oh, I'm still resetting. That's fine. Well, cool, man. Well, best of luck there. Yeah, hopefully that goes well for you. What I'm doing right now is I'm working on essentially converting my RPG into a roguelike for playtesting. So the way it's going to work is right now I'm trying to get a shop opened. Right now it's I have it where you can kind of change weapons and pick weapons, but now I'm trying to make it so you can actually buy something. Made a minigame called Decked Out. Okay. I've never played Clank or Tenga Tech. Let me look up Clank. Maybe I have played Clank. It sounds familiar. Okay, nope, I have never played Clank. Alright, I'll check them out though. Warmaster, did you see you're talking about Winterfresh? It is impressive. Agreed. Oh, no, you're saying Tenga Tech made a mini game called Decked Out. I'm gonna look that up. Decked Out. It's in Minecraft? Or is it actually... Did he actually make it in Minecraft? Holy smokes. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So he made like a deck builder in Minecraft? Am I reading this right or understand this correctly? That's wild. That's crazy. How do you do that? The things people can do with Minecraft, it's like, wow. I mean, they're literally making computers, right? Like they are taking bits and making computers. That's crazy. Holy smokes. I can't imagine. Oh shoot. Okay. I just missed an eye. Oops. His cards were maps. That's crazy. Some of the stuff people do in Minecraft. I really haven't played a lot of Minecraft. I've seen people play it, of course. That's wild. And then what people do in Roblox and stuff too is wild. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to make something like that. If your maps look anything like what you're currently doing, then I'm sure it'll be a huge success. Interesting. All right. Some weird glitchiness here. That's all right. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like Redstone logic, I can't imagine doing honestly, I can't imagine doing anything in Redstone. The fact that they're able to do everything they do is just absolutely crazy. All right, let's see. Good. Okay, and then it's changing to red if you don't own it. See how that works? That's not bad. I mean, I don't really like it red, right? And then so you'll click it, you'll purchase it, is the way that'll work. And now you own it. And then you'll learn spells and things as well. This is super glitchy right now, but I'm trying to go really quick. And I just changed like all of my inputs to Steam. I now implement the Steam input API, which is really cool and was totally worth it because I can go and like remap my stuff now completely free, as in like I got it for free, which is cool, and it's worth it because anyone can use any sort of controller they want and they'll see the icons. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have a common code set, so like I'll make sure that they share a repo and stuff. And yeah, it's gonna be sweet, and I'll basically be able to perfect my battle system. I want my battle system to be a lot of fun because, like, if you ever played a tactics game, battles can drag on, and I want to make sure that's not the case, right? So I want to make sure this battle system is a lot of fun, and I think it will be. But yeah, so this is what this looks like. So if you've ever played Legend of Dragoon, that's kind of where some of this stuff's inspired from. But yeah, it's coming along. And so I do have a Steam page if you are interested. And that's where I'll release this demo. I don't know yet if I'll have my like a separate Steam page for this. If the game if it's fun, I probably will end up having a separate Steam page just for this demo type thing and make it its own game. I'm going back and forth between whether it's free or it'll probably be free. Like I'm 99.99% sure it's gonna be free, because the way I'm thinking about it, like, yeah, I put time into the game to make it, but it's a byproduct of the other game I'm making. So making it free seems to me like it makes sense. If I had spent all the time and I wasn't getting a ton of time out of it, then I probably wouldn't make it free. But yeah, so that's what that looks like. And then she's gonna reload up there with a new weapon, and she's a level higher now. And I'm at 80 experience, but I can come change my weapon. So I ideally, you know, I'd have money. You can come pick out a new weapon, new spells, and come fight again. And so the goal, you're gonna essentially be going through just iteratively. And oh, I didn't share. Hold up. I didn't share that with Twitch. So you'll go through iteratively. You'll get levels. You'll gain spells. You'll gain equipment. And then I'm creating a kind of system that, if you've ever played Diablo 2, I'm going to try to create a weapon system similar. Like, am I going to create the Diablo 2 weapon system? Probably not. It's not really my goal. But I want it to be something that kind of drops like loot, right? And so yeah, that's kind of the goal there. So I just casted Haste, which in this game allows you to, your speed goes up, so you get a few more turns, and then you get some more attacks. So you can see as I'm attacking, like, you're gonna go through and get more attacks basically, which makes you do a lot more damage. So anyway, this is working out. I'm getting destroyed, or I'm destroying her right now, but I don't expect that to last very long. And you can see up there, she's changing weapons every time. So I leveled up. Anyway. Yeah, and I think it's kind of like a teaser. Exactly, right? If it'll start to build a fan base, which I think is pretty cool. And then after a while, like when I release the actual game, hopefully I have a fan base by then. And I was talking to Kamikaze. He's on the YouTube side. And he had some cool ideas about, so like the story of this game is essentially there's these books, right? They're called the Chronicles of Virtue. And at one point, the Book of Greed is going to get in the hands from an evil wizard to someone good. And at that point, the rest of the world's going to be introduced to magic. So like when it first starts out, that evil wizard's going to be the only one that knows magic, and he's going to kind of be a hermit. So most people are not going to know anything about magic. And so the Book of Greed is going to be found, which it's going to turn into the Book of Charity, and magic's going to spread from him to everybody, right? So everybody's going to have access to magic. And so everybody's going to be learning about magic at the same time. And so you're going to be learning magic, bad guys are, and so on. And then essentially what's going to happen after that is your goal is to go get the book and then go collect these other books, the Chronicles of Virtue. There's going to be 7 of them that all have different powers, and go collect them. Kamikaze was saying, you know, it might not be a bad idea to go create, like, I don't know if I want to create 7 games necessarily, but I could create it in chunks, which would be fun because I could get the story out sooner, because I could finish that part of the story, right? And then move on to the next part of the story. And so I may end up breaking something out like that. Like, I don't think I would have 7 games, but like, could I put it into a trilogy? For sure. And then this could be, so it could be a trilogy of games, and then you could have the roguelike be kind of the tie it together, where you can maybe even add some like different mechanics where, like, if you unlock something in the main games, you get something in the roguelike, right? Because I can access people's Steam achievements. And if I make an achievement, then if you have that achievement, then you go get that, which is pretty cool. So I think you could do some really fun things there. Alright, I'm going to cast some spells here. This is a fun one. I like this spell. This was actually from a viewer. This is Marked for Death. And so what happens essentially is you mark them for death, and they get an adrenaline shot whenever you do it. So they they essentially get a lot of their stats like maxed out. You can kind of see the purple things flying around them, and you have to kill them, or they'll die in 5 turns otherwise. I just won't attack. But you can see they're going to deal a whole lot more damage. And yeah, luckily she's getting really, oh yeah, and then she just gets to go again because her speed's way up. The problem with her going again here is that after 5 turns she dies. She's probably going to kill me though, I'm guessing. If I just run away, I think that should get her. I don't think she can reach me. Oh, she can. I forgot. Their movement speed's also I'm about to get destroyed. Okay, yeah, I'm just destroyed. All right, fun stuff. Yes, yeah. Exactly. And I'm trying to think. There were a lot of good games like that. Monster Rancher was one. I used CDs and developed monsters, but I think if I remember right, if you had certain game saves, you would unlock like other certain monsters. But yeah, a lot of those old games really looked back at your achievements, and if you had certain saves, sometimes people would say different things. I remember Metal Gear Solid. I think if you had certain game saves, Psycho, what was his name? Psycho Mantis would say different things. Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, I think we can do some cool stuff with that, and then they'll all kind of reference back to each other. All right, War Master. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here pretty soon too. I think I might do like one more thing here, and that's just maybe allow purchase. Maybe not. I think I'm gonna leave it here. So this is looking pretty good though. Okay, so here's what we've done so far today. Then today we updated this to man, it feels like I didn't get a lot done here. Okay, I added this purchase thing where you can kind of purchase the different stuff. I mean, you can't purchase them yet, but at least I marked them how you'll denote that. I fixed a lot of bugs, so I fixed quite a few bugs. I did implement a currency system. Yeah, not too bad. So making pretty good progress. I think next time what I'll try to do is finish that currency system where I can actually buy weapons, and then I need to develop the weapon generation. So this is on my list of things to do next time, which is essentially it needs to go through, and whenever you find a weapon or whatever, it generates it. So I'm gonna raid somebody though. Let me see who is on line to raid here. Let's see who we got. All right, but appreciate everybody hanging out. Had a good stream. We had our first hype train. That was cool. Thanks again for the gifted subs there. And let's see if we can find. So, let me see if I can find a Godot developer here. But yeah, thanks for hanging out again, everybody. I'll be back on Wednesday, so if you're hanging out, I'll be back streaming on Wednesday. Let's see here. Oh, hacking that looks fun. This is a guy hacking the eBay API. So let's raid them. We will cat VTuber, I guess. We'll give him a quick hey guys, or ShellMH if you're subbed. Thanks for hanging out, and yeah, we'll see you next time.